Hello, I'm Lise. I'm the founder of Conscious Living Solutions, and I want to welcome you today. This is just a short video to basically remind you that you are, first and foremost, a powerful spiritual being here at this time to shine your light. Your light is much, much needed at the moment. And I recently had a powerful personal experience that reminded me of what happens when I let go of trying to control things and I surrender by opening this body, this vessel, this channel to the flow of higher consciousness, the flow of life that is coursing through each and every one of us at every moment. That we have the choice to open or close that valve. And when we stop resisting and when we open and trust and surrender, incredible, magical, miraculous things can happen. And so this is an invitation to do what is necessary to nurture yourself, to raise your frequency, raise your vibration. You know what to do: eating well, going out in nature, doing things that inspire you, being creative, allowing yourself to play. When you raise your energy that way and you open to that flow, that powerful flow of life, of higher consciousness, you become that creative vessel that is here to shine the light and the love of oneness that we are. And I know it might sound poetic and deep, and it is, but it's also tangible and it's real. So let me just tell you a little story of what happened this May 2025. I was just going through my day as usual, and I had no intentions of any sort of creative endeavors or writing. And all of a sudden, I received this like spontaneous download of energy that really was not a mental thing. It was just like a sudden burst that just flew through me. And I knew in that instant that I had to write a workbook for teenagers to help teenagers, starting with my son, to help them with things like screen time dependency, confidence, and worth, self-worth. And so it started with this loving desire to want to help my son and other teens by somehow doing this teen workbook. And so this wave of energy continued intensely, inspiring me and waking me up at 5:30 or 6 a.m. when I'm not a morning person. I woke up excited to go writing. And I realized fairly quickly when my mind tried to create this workbook, this initial workbook, that it wasn't fully aligned with the energy that I was feeling. And I know this from when I was songwriting. There's a certain feeling, there's a attunement, if you want, of the higher energies that feels right, that feels aligned, that feels joyful. And when I'm writing, whatever it is, if I'm not feeling that, and I feel it through emotion, if I'm not feeling that, then I know that there's an adjustment to make. So I was heading in a completely different direction with this initial workbook. And all of a sudden, well, I would meditate to sort of help with the alignment. And as I did that, this other completely different story started coming to me. Little by little, this character revealed himself to me, and I went with the flow. And what emerged from that was a fiction novel. Now, I've written short fiction stories for children, but I've never written anything like this before. So it really surprised me, and I did not know what the outcome would be. I just followed this feeling, and it was like surrendering to this very creative flow of inspiration. And it was so intense. I was so focused, and I worked long hours every day, but it didn't seem long because it was so fun and joyful and effortless. After about 1 month, the story was written. And then I knew that it was from this story that I had to write the teen workbook as a complementary tool for teens that would accompany this fiction novel. So that was this summer, and it was just this buzz of high energy. It felt incredible. And I got another nudge after I wrote it because the novel includes real life spiritual teachers and authors that have been my personal mentors. And they are key players in the life of my main character. They help him on his journey of transformation and awakening. And these authors are Eckhart Tolle, Michael Singer, Suzanne Giesemann, Byron Katie, Dr. Sue Morter, and there's a few more, but that's essentially it. So I was kind of nudged to reach out to them and, first of all, let them know that they were featured in my novel. And then I asked them if they would be willing to endorse it. Now, I would have been ecstatic with just one endorsement. Like that was enough to blow my mind. And when I received one, then two, then three, and then four endorsements, it was such confirmation that, sorry, it's just, I get emotional still talking about it. It was just incredible confirmation that this high energy I was feeling was real, was spirit's guidance, helping me channel this information and birth it into a form that can be transformative and healing and awakening for as many people as possible. So it's been just such an honor, um, and so humbling to be able to be of service this way, to bring this creation into the world. And well, here it is. It's called Unplugging from the Game, Remembering the Real You. And yeah, it's a big book. So I just want to give a huge thank you to Suzanne, to Mary, to Dr. Sue, to Marci for supporting this project. It just means the world to me, and I do hope it reaches as many people as possible. And so then the one that came right after is the workbook for teens, which is this one here. And these are all available on Amazon, by the way. Um, it's just been an incredible summer. And after these two were published, the energy continued. And I published, this is a new edition of the Conscious Kids with Wise Willy Mindfulness program, Mindfulness and Emotional Awareness for kids 8 to 13 and their families. And it is all fully illustrated. It's all short stories with little lessons, reflections taught by cute little Wise Willy here. So there you go. That one also is available on Amazon. And one more. The last one I've just released is called Awakening One. It's the Lightworker's Guide to Remember, Rise, and Radiate. And this is the story of this character that's called Maya through her major life stages growing up, and with a corresponding oracle card that's like it's a wisdom transmission. And so I think it's easily relatable because she goes through, archetypal, the archetypal journey that we all go through. And it's really a reminder to remember who we are, remember why we're here, and to shine our light. So thank you for listening. And that is my role here. That is my purpose, to remind you who you are, to remind you to shine that light and allow the flow of life to open you up to creative expression and healing. Thank you so much. Peace.